we going down a lane. I don't know if we want to, you know what I'm saying?
While celebrating a birthday party in the town of Cedra in Puerto Rico, every man you see on camera, including one that you can't see, will be dead just seconds after this frame of the video. In one of the most gruesome organized gang hits to ever take place on American soil since the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where mobsters in Chicago disguised as police lined up 7 men against a wall and executed them.
No.
And just a reminder to all the young guys, every single one of these men was armed, and 2 of them even got a chance to shoot back.
Yep.
But when you outmatched,
it
doesn't matter what kind of gun you have or how many bullets,
you're doing, right?
Especially when your enemy has the ups on you.
Yep.
And to truly show the brutality, the hitman parked the car down the street, walked up to the scene.
I remember this video, like when it had, like a few years ago, it hit like social media, like Twitter, WorldStar and stuff, and I could not react to it on Instagram, but I mean on YouTube. But like it was nasty, bro. They parked down there. He gonna tell you.
And stood over every single one of them.
Stood over all of them and ran
off. El Burro and his crime syndicate. From the worst crime scenes I've ever seen publicly available on the news between El Burro's gang and Los Viaros to one of the most popular rappers in Puerto Rico, C. Dobleta, along with a corrupt police officer being allegedly involved in the murder of another officer as part of a cartel alliance known as La Familia, as well as his association with another popular Puerto Rican artist who is a member of the Los Diablos de Llorens Torres, or the Devils of Llorens, a housing project in San Juan. Welcome to the murder capital of the United States.
And people don't talk about it enough because people don't think, like, people talk about Puerto Rico like it's not in the U.S., but it is in the U.S. and it's cracking over there. Like, it's a whole nother game.
While watching the news in Puerto Rico,
that's like
despite it being a U.S. territory, I was surprised to find that the news in Puerto Rico is not censored at all compared to in the mainland. When watching the coverage of a double homicide in Calle, I was not expecting to see 2 unblurred bodies lying in the background while the police were surveying the crime scene. Something I obviously can't show you here. But this scene was a result of a major conflict involving a man the FBI considered the most wanted fugitive.
And y'all always asking me, Mako, how your thunky hit so hard? What you roll that thunky in? Grabber leaf. Nothing else. If it's not grabber, I'm not hitting it. Thunk hit. Hold on, y'all, because y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. CashKick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest and easiest ways to make money right now. All you have to do is play mobile games on your phone and you can earn up to $500 per deal. Now remember, I said CashKick.com is free to use, so they will never ever ask you to send them any type of money. Signing up is super easy. All you need is an email and a password. Once you sign up, all you have to do is download your first offer and start making money. Now your offers and reward amounts can change at any time. So that means you can download a game on your phone, play it for long enough, make $500 on one day, and the next day you can download a whole nother game, play it for long enough, make $300. Next day, same thing. This is some of the easiest money I can tell you about right now. And again, you can earn up to $500 per deal. So this is what I need you to do. Go to CashKick.com, make you an account, activate your account. Make sure you turn on allow tracking on your phone so that the app can actually track how much you're playing the game and earn you some of the easiest money you can make. Y'all can't say I ain't never did nothing for you.
Fugitive in Puerto Rico, El Burro. And one of the most cold-blooded things about that first scene is that it took place outside of a bar called La Lomita with a statue of Jesus Christ overlooking. Great. This is not just any regular crime. What we're about to go over is pure evil. Now, El Burro's organization was also responsible for this first scene, but that's far from the worst crime attributed to him. Now, he was considered to be the head of a drug trafficking organization known as La Lorenzana. They seem to be very active around the neighboring municipalities of Salinas and Calle, as the double murder of the Los Viaros members took place near a strip of restaurants in Calle, and the next hit I want to cover took place at a restaurant called Los Antonitos in the Playa neighborhood of Salinas. A 33-year-old man named Rafael was eating alongside his girlfriend and a small child, but the cold-blooded part about it, other than the child being directly next to him is the fact that as the hitman walked into the restaurant, I wouldn't even describe him as inconspicuous. He walked in clearly looking like he was on a mission, and by the time he was standing in front of Raphael,
it was over.
The man still hadn't even lifted his head from the plate, completely unaware of what was about to happen, and the woman beside him didn't scream or even barely change the expression on her face. While in the mainland United States, people will see this and assume that she must have set him up, but I doubt it, especially if the child was also hers. Likely, she is just far too desensitized to violence.
Yeah, because it be how I'm telling you, it's like mini Mexico out there, folks. Like, man, shit, they need to do something about that. We ain't got to live like this no more.
An adult that likely lived her entire life in Puerto Rico. She simply moves out of the way, already knowing that her date is long gone, and likely not even being completely surprised by such a thing taking place.
Yeah, she probably was
according to the police, Raphael had a history of involvement in the criminal underworld on the island, and he was just one of 6 murders that took place from that Saturday to Sunday night. A native of Caguas, a little ways away from Salinas, it's unclear why Raphael felt so comfortable in this area, and why despite his history, he was not paying attention to his surroundings.
That's what I was finna say. Why you sitting here with your child and your girl? You sitting here eating outside, not inside. You outside for everybody to see you. No mask on, no nothing. You just outside, and you know what type of, you know what you be on. You know what type of life you live. So it's like, and you gonna put your girl. But one thing I rock with them Mexicans and them Puerto Ricans though, they live by a code. They don't touch no women or no children. If you go do something to somebody and you end up hitting a girl or a kid in these countries and these places, gang, the leader who sent you will do something to you. He'll get you up out of here. Nigga, I told you to go get him, not the family. You finna get him up out of here. He'll tell somebody else to smoke you. Out here in the U.S., motherfuckers just smoke everybody. Kids die, they don't care. They on Instagram laughing about it. Throwing kid out of my grandma leaf. When you think of Thoink, think of grabber.
Surroundings. But on to the rapper and his accomplice.
This is the best thing I ever found since sliced bread.
A man also known in Puerto Rico as the White Devil, who despite his YouTube channel only being a year old, he's managed to put together over 170 million total views on his music videos. But clearly, with a name like the White Devil, music is not the only thing he was known for on the island. On March 29th, 2024, Officer Eliza Ramos, a 12-year veteran of the police force, had just finished his shift and was headed home when he spotted 3 motorcycles and an ATV firing at a vehicle that was passing by. Despite his shift being over, he was still a law enforcement officer, so he called for backup and followed the group into Sabana Abajo, a housing project in Carolina, an area just outside of San Juan. But unfortunately for Officer Ramos, he was shot and killed soon after entering the complex, and the assailants even stole the service weapon off of his body. Months later, the FBI, Carolina Police Department, and the ATF will launch a major raid and arrest 56 gang members, including Cito Bleta, and also 47-year-old Officer Fernando Torres, who was accused of giving information to drug traffickers. And although he had been recommended for expulsion from the force, likely due to some suspicion of his involvement with gangs, he remained and was likely a factor in how comfortable the gang was in murdering a lone officer and stealing his gun, rather than just running away. And due to this being a federal case, many of them, including Cito Bleta, possibly face the death penalty. It's unfortunate when an officer like Ramos, someone willing to go above and beyond the call of duty for the good of the public, someone needed in the police force of such a dangerous area, is killed and even undermined by the fact that you have other officers working alongside the very men that killed him. Puerto Rico has always been known for its high murder rate, but it appears that the FBI and local authorities have had enough.
Hold on, this is the second person I've seen getting arrested with dreads. It's niggas in Puerto Rico? I mean, I know, you know what I'm saying? I know Puerto Ricans originally is black people, folks. Just like everywhere else. But I mean, I didn't know, like, you feel me? Like, I ain't never been to Puerto Rico.
Intervening on the island, and this has actually yielded some results, with the homicide rate steadily dropping since 2021, which was a very dangerous year for many cities in the U.S. Now, El Burro, who was also accused of dismembering rivals and dumping their remains in ravines, was eventually caught along with much of his organization just months before the indictment against Cito Bleta and the La Familia Alliance. And while the Devils of Llorens are likely still active, many members of Los Viraos, El Burro's main rivals, have been arrested. Puerto Rico, named by Columbus for St. John the Baptist, or the man credited with performing the baptism of Jesus in the Jordan River, was also known by its native Taino people as Boriken, which most likely means land of our valiant Lord. This is also why many Puerto Ricans refer to themselves as Boricua. Also going by the name, the Land of Enchantment, it's hard not to see why. But unfortunately, since the U.S. refuses to make it a state, despite most of its residents supporting the idea, Puerto Rico misses out on much of the positive aspects of statehood. It receives lower Social Security for its retirees and Medicare, despite being more populous than many U.S. states. And the territory also can't be bailed out by the federal government like other states, as being a territory, it cannot file for bankruptcy. U.S. citizens in Puerto Rico also cannot vote for representatives or senators, and all of this plays a role when the island needs help.
So it's like, that's crazy. So what's the point? Here's my question. What's the point of America owning and having control over an island? But it's like y'all get what I'm saying though? Like, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't, like, they can't even do 90% of the shit. You don't even see American flags for real out there. You see Puerto Rican flags. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's technically the U.S., if somebody told me they was Puerto Rican, I'm looking at you like you're from an entire different place. You're damn near a foreigner. Like, you're damn near like you are a foreigner, really. I'll look at you like you from another country. You know what I'm saying? You right there. Not only is you right there, but you really a U.S. citizen, folks. It's really crazy when you think about it. And I see what he say. Shout out to him. His name is what's his name? We're gonna shout him out right now. Trap University. He been going crazy with the content lately, but he right though. This the real murder capital of the U.S. technically.
Receiving little from the federal government after suffering back-to-back hurricanes only 2 weeks apart in 2017, which knocked out 95% of all cell service, 43% of wastewater treatment, 97% of all roads were blocked off, and nearly 30% of all healthcare facilities were damaged.
That's crazy.
President Trump at the time even insisted that FEMA and first responders spent too much time in Puerto Rico in the aftermath. But it's not his fault. The U.S. has been mistreating the island since long before President Trump was even born. Here's a horrifying image of the power grid in Puerto Rico before and after the storms. Since 1898,
that's fucked up.
Horrifying image of the power grid in Puerto Rico before and after the storms. Since 1898, the island has essentially been a third world colony of a first world nation. When I visited San Juan as a tourist, I was dining at an outdoor restaurant, watching the festival take place in the streets, thinking, man, this has to be the most beautiful place I've ever visited in my entire life. Then, to snap me back to reality, a homeless man approached us with a large infected mass growing on his arm, begging us to help him. I was only 10 at the time and obviously unable to help, but I'll never be able to forget the contrast of a suffering man on the beautiful island. And almost 10 years later, I find myself wondering if he's even still alive. May God bless Puerto Rico, La Isla del Encanto. Thank you for watching.
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, folks did his thing with that one. He just put us all the way on game though. I'm scared to go to Puerto Rico. That's one of the places I'm scared to go. For no grade, I'm really scared to go everywhere. Okay, listen, y'all want to hear a secret? I really want to leave the country and just go experience things, right? But I'm scared. Not like scared. It's just like, I don't know, folks. Like, I think I'm just scared of being uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to go to fucking Germany. Don't nobody here speak fucking English. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's cool out here, what's not cool, what's legal, what's not legal. I want to go to Dubai. I can't even hold my damn girlfriend's hand. God damn. So it's like, what I'm supposed to do? I can't even, like, I'm not, you know, some of my biggest fears ever in life is, number one of the things is going to jail in another country. Oh my God, I would be so scared. I would be terrified, folks. What am I supposed to do? I don't even know what nobody's saying. I can't even read my case, my nigga. I don't even know what this say. You feel me? That's one of my, and the second thing is just to go out of the country and just some weird shit happen. Just some weird shit. Just weird as hell. I don't get it. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, Fort Gray. You know what I'm saying? I've been in Miami for what? Going on 2 years? Nigga. I don't know what's going on in these other countries, but I really want to go though. But I always been scared. But San Juan is a place that look real nice, and I might go one day. You feel me? Obviously, no jewelry on and shit like that. But I might go one day. I probably will go one day. But I ain't gonna be out there lollygagging like I'm no tourist. No sir, ski, double O ski broski. I'm taking my ass right to the corner store, give me a big ass knife, put it in my pocket. If guns legal, I'm bringing my Glock. Do your homework on bringing a Glock. And I'm walking around there like, yeah, we on vacation, but I'm on pointcation too. You feel me? Do your homework on pointcation.